Oh my gosh, the biggest LEGO Ideas review just ended. This was from early May to the 1st of September 2025, where there was 146 projects that reached this review period. That's more than double of their last biggest review period, which was 71 projects in the first of 2023 review period. This is apparently due to TikTok support from what I heard. Some people were saying there were bots, but it seems like LEGO Ideas is confirming there were no bots with this whole situation. And I'm guessing this review period means that there will be multiple sets chosen, way more than what we would usually get. And they'd probably be 2026 and 2027 sets. So I'm looking forward for the answers to what will be made. But for now, I'm going to speculate which of these 146 projects are going to be chosen. We're going to go over every single project, and I'm going to give you my personal takes. The first of which is Clash Royale, based off the popular app game. I have a ton of friends who still play this game. I never really got into it myself, and I'm just not sure how popular this is for this to be made as a set now. It seems like something that was a lot more popular in the past, but I do quite like the build of this almost board game looking setup here. It does have some cool minifigures as well, but I think this one's just not as likely to be made, and it doesn't seem like LEGO makes sets based off of app games unless you want to stretch and say they made Angry Birds sets, but those were based off the movie. Then there's this other Clash Royale set. Yeah, there's two of them. This one having a miniature styling without minifigures. This looks cool. I mean, it's distinct enough from the last one, and it seems like we have two different colors going on here with the red and blue. But yeah, I have the same sentiment as the first one. I just don't think this property is as popular as it needs to be made into a set. Then there's a Bad Bunny Puerto Rico set. This is kind of awesome. I mean, look, I'm Puerto Rican. Bad Bunny is very popular with Latinos, and I think that LEGO hasn't really made too many sets that, capture Latino demographics specifically. It would be an interesting choice by LEGO, but I think there's still not that level for them wanting to do another musical set because, we got that musician set of BTS, and it seems like that was one of the lesser selling LEGO Ideas sets, where it was popular at first, but I always see it on clearance, at least until maybe it retired. I haven't seen it recently. So I don't know if they want to do another musical artist set, but I would still say this is not completely unlikely, and I say this has more possibility than the Clash Royale set. I really like this Puerto Rican house build. That's pretty awesome. And yes, I'm terrible at speaking Spanish, so don't expect anything in terms of having a proper Spanish accent in this video. Then we have Deltarune, which, okay, I gotta preface this. I only beat Chapter 1. I'm trying to avoid spoilers. This is some spoiler territory here, and I've been playing through Deltarune, so I'm going to not look too hard at this build. Deltarune is very popular, especially on online audiences. I think this has a possibility, but I still don't think LEGO wants to touch upon indie games. I know this is like a T-rated, it's not like an M-rated game, but they've had a lot of popular indie games which had pitches before. We had stuff like Untitled Goose Game when that was a lot more popular, and even that got denied. And I don't know if this has the possibility. I mean, I guess you could say, the closest we'd get to an indie game with LEGO sets would be like Portal getting one LEGO Dimensions set. And even then, we haven't seen anything more than that LEGO Dimensions set. But my gosh, do I want Rousey. Oh my gosh, that's like an adorable use of the Isabel headpiece. And even Susie came out surprisingly pretty good. I mean, the face, we got to make do with the pieces we have. And she would definitely need a molded minifigure head. But like that hairpiece kind of fits her, honestly. I want this as a set so bad, but unfortunately, I just don't think this is likely. Now, I think this next one has a very high possibility. This is K-Pop Demon Hunters, The Tiger and the Three-Eyed Crow. This is based off of the smash hit from Netflix, K-Pop Demon Hunters, which apparently was Netflix's most streamed movie. Not only was it a smash hit in viewership, but also it reached #1 for its single Golden on the Billboard Hot 100, which is insane. There's fans worldwide. It's a breakout hit in many ways. And LEGO and Netflix love partnering with each other. I mean, recently they did One Piece. They had Wednesday, and they still make sets off of that. They had Stranger Things, which they still kind of make sets for. They had Queer Eye. So Lego and Netflix are buddies, and they're probably going to want to make this into a set. I do think the fact that the Huntress girls not being in here might hold it back just a little bit, because I think those 3 characters would make this sell 5 times. But then again, Lego might take this and then include them as minifigures anyways, which I think would be the smart move by Lego. These 2 characters aren't as popular as those 3 girls. I mean, nowhere near. But this is something Lego likes to do with animated movies, especially recently, which is take animals from those movies and release buildable figures based off of them. The build here, I think, came out fantastic for that tiger. And this is something that, yeah, I think has the most likelihood out of everything we've seen. I would say that if we get the sequels anytime soon for K-pop Demon Hunters, because apparently there's going to be sequels, we will get just regular retail sets based off of K-pop Demon Hunters, which is something, again, we got with like One Piece. And yeah, so I think that one's extremely likely. The next is a classic computer, which Lego likes giving us retro, technology as idea sets. We've seen stuff like the typewriter. And recently they even had a contest for which will be the retro idea. Like, basically it was like submit a retro ideas project, and one of them will get made. And I think this would have been more, I guess, of a shoe-in with that contest than it is right here, right now. I still think this is a cool, nostalgic build. It reminds me a bit of my childhood years, early childhood. But the design here, I think, might be a little bit too niche as a wide release idea set to select that over some licensed properties or some unlicensed properties with a wide appeal. But we'll have to wait and see. I also think the function just isn't there. Like the typewriter had a little bit more function. The piano had a little bit more function right there. This one has some interchangeable screens, and I don't know if that's enough, as well as a little pop-up disc tray. So I don't think this one's very likely, and I think their best bet was to submit it with that retro object contest that Lego hosted with ideas. And then we have this Outer Wilds set, which we were talking about indie games before, and yeah, I don't know if this has a huge possibility because this is a smaller indie game. It's not completely unpopular or anything like that, but I would even say I think Deltarune has more of a possibility than Outer Wilds, where there's more of a fan base for Deltarune. That's not to say this doesn't have a fan base. I really like the build here, but yeah, I just don't see this one really getting made. So this one has a very low possibility. Then we have The Rookie, which is a TV show, apparently. I didn't know about it until I filmed this. And yes, this is like my second run through of these projects because it did record the audio, which is insane. But this is apparently a more recent TV show that not even I heard of. And I'm involved in film, so I have knowledge on TV. So for me not to hear of it, I think that kind of holds it back a bit. I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything there. I'm just thinking of what appeals to general audiences. And so we have that, but I think the biggest thing that holds us back is that this is based off the LAPD, which is a very controversial police department. And Lego likes to avoid controversy with their sets. They're very careful what they include and what they base sets off of. I think that will make this impossible to be made as a set. I do like the build. I mean, it's taking a police station and giving it that, idea sitcom styling for format, even though this isn't a sitcom from my understanding, which is an interesting take. It's distinct from, Lego City police stations. But yeah, I just don't see this one getting made, unfortunately, even if it has a cool build. So yeah, next is Gravity Falls, the Mystery Shack, which we keep seeing reach 10K. And I think that shows how much of a fan base this show has years after its cancellation. And it seems to be the most popular of Disney Channel shows that are no longer airing. And I think that online fan base is really showing up for this, is going to help it get made one day. I don't know if this is the day. They keep denying this. Another factor was that I thought it was too close to the A-frame cabin, but that's been off shelves for quite a bit now. So yeah, I don't know if we'll get this time, but I'm sure one day we'll get Lego Gravity Falls because it just keeps reaching 10K. And there's still some supplemental material released for Gravity Falls. I know there was a book recently, so there's still products being made off of this. So who knows? Maybe if they have a reboot series, we might get this one based off the classic series. Then we have London, early 20th century, which recently we got an old London design with the Sherlock Holmes book nook. This design right here almost gives me a modular building style with how these buildings are formatted. But then again, it gives me some Italian Riviera vibes, which we did get as a Lego set recently. I mean, look, there's so many cool parts on the interior here, but I just want to show this picture right here of all those rooms from the back, which looks beautiful. But yeah, the interiors of here are built gorgeously. I mean, look at how this came out. It's looks fantastic. And I think the creator did a great job there. But I don't know. I just think that, first off, too much like a modular building, which we've seen countless modular buildings submitted to LEGO Ideas, and they keep getting denied. So there's that. And I also think this is just like a massively expensive set. And hey, we are getting a LEGO Downton Abbey set, which might have a little bit of overlap with this set. So at least you get that. I don't think this one has a high possibility, if any possibility at all at this moment. But maybe in the future we'll get something like this if the creator keeps resubmitting this. I mean, look at how gorgeous those interiors are. And then there's the Gorillaz flying Windmill Island, which we recently saw LEGO Gorillaz in Fortnite, which was insane. I mean, I'm glad LEGO approved that. That means they approved the content of their music, at least have Fortnite characters. But I do think, because I mean, when I say that, I mean, think about it. We never got a LEGO M&M. But I do think that this design right here, and having a Gorillaz set is a lot less likely. I just don't think they have the popularity nowadays as they once did. And even then, they were one of the more niche mainstream audiences. I know that's almost an oxymoron, but it's not even like Bad Bunny, where I think Bad Bunny is a lot more popular nowadays and just has been more popular in his lifetime than Gorillaz. I would love a LEGO Gorillaz set, like seriously, and I love the build here. I think this is a great build. That wouldn't be like the most expensive set out there, and I would love to see those minifigures from Fortnite, but I just don't think the Gorillaz have that reach to be made as a LEGO set, especially, once again, what I mentioned with the whole BTS thing, where they had a huge reach and even that didn't sell too well. So yeah, unfortunately, this feels a bit impossible, but I love the design and I would love a LEGO Gorillaz set. Hey, at least we got Fortnite. All right, next is Subaru Impreza WRC. I have very little knowledge of cars. I know LEGO Ideas doesn't make creator scale cars like this really often, but I can't give much of a vouch of like, oh, this is like a recent Technic set. Oh, this is like a recent creator expert set, because I just am not involved in this world of LEGO cars. So I don't know how likely this is. So this is one of those where I'm like, honestly, I don't know. I don't know if this will be made. I don't know if it won't be made. Cool build though. Then we have Diorama Supernatural. So it's a Supernatural diorama, which is a show that was pretty popular back in the day. It's since gone off air, but it does have a devout online fan base. I know it's like, what, TV 14 at worst, so it's not like inappropriate or anything there, so that won't hold it back, even though it's a more adult show. But hey, we got Lego X-Files coming on the way, so there is a possibility there. I think that this being off air hurts it a bit in terms of just like, is it a big streaming, a show that gets streamed a lot? I don't think it is, but I don't think it's totally impossible. I just think it has a low possibility. And again, there's that online fan base, I think, especially like Tumblr people. I know my mom loves Supernatural, so there is hope there, but I just don't know if it's super likely. It's definitely one of the lower possibilities of likelihood. All right, next up is, how do birds actually work? This says, do you know that pigeons aren't real? Have you noticed that pigeons are everywhere? Have you ever seen pigeon chicks? All this evidence that pigeons are actually drones. They have a camera in their chest, reactive engines in their sewer, and brain-blowing mechanisms inside. Yeah, mechanisms. Yeah, this is playing into that "Are birds real" meme, which it's kind of fun to see a set like this, though it is a meme set. It would make the second version of that list I made. The design here having some Technic gears inside, which I would guess move when you like move the head of the pigeon. And there's like a little a camera right there. It's a cute idea. I don't know if it has that much appeal to the general audience, because that's still like a niche meme, So yeah, I don't think this one's possible, but dang, is it funny that reached 10K. Hamilton, the very famous musical that swept the stage back a couple years back. I mean, not even a couple, maybe around 10 years ago, because I remember I was dating a girl who was like super into Hamilton in my first year of college. The design here has a cool stage setup, which, we don't really see actual stage musicals adapted into Lego. If there was going to be one, I think this is the one. This is like the most popular stage musical of the internet, I would say, like the internet times. And I think it has that fan base out there. Is it as popular as it once was? I mean, the fandom's kind of died down a bit. I've seen some hate towards Lin-Manuel Miranda online, where like, oh, this person's a hack. But yeah, I mean, apparently, I think this is getting shown in theaters soon or something like that. It was also had a resurgence of popularity during COVID because Disney Plus put it on their platform, and yet they censored the F word. I mean, come on, you cowards. But I think this has a slight possibility because it's creative enough. I mean, you even got like a little mechanism there of the dancing part right there, which is really cool with a little crank at the back. It's a diorama display. It's something that's unique that we haven't really seen from Lego Ideas before. This taps into a different audience. We don't really have musical audiences, stage musical audiences in the world of Lego. And Lego loves tapping into different demographics with their ideas projects. I mean, a lot of people said like the Friends set, the Friends TV show set was something that brought a lot of people who didn't even have their eyes on Lego into the world of Lego, which is really cool. So yeah, I'd say this actually has like a medium possibility out of everything. That's a pretty cool idea, even if I've never seen the stage show, unfortunately. My Neighbor Totoro, Studio Ghibli 40th anniversary. I want Studio Ghibli Lego sets so much. I mean, we've seen submissions, I think, from Howl's Moving Castle before. I think Spirited Away. So now we got Totoro, which I think we've gotten a Totoro submission before it reached 10K. I would love this, but I heard there's some weird licensing rights with Studio Ghibli worldwide that it's hard to make merch for it, for any of their properties. So maybe that's holding it back. But if you're going to make a set off of a Studio Ghibli movie, I kind of think a buildable Totoro would be the set Lego makes. So I'd say a low possibility because of licensing rights, but there's still something there. I mean, it's such an iconic movie character. This is a nice little diorama. It wouldn't be anything too expensive. Yeah, I don't know. I would love it to be made, though. And then we have the Peace Lily, which is a Lego Botanicals build. And I think, yeah, this is something they'd probably want to save for Lego Botanicals. I don't think this will be something that they release on their own. It's a cool build, but there's already a theme for this that they just won't dedicate a whole idea set to it. Then we got My Chemical Romance. Again, popular music band. The design of this having different album covers and things like that. Some MCR. MCR is still very popular. I mean, I had a friend who went to a show recently. But I think that Lego still is staying away from bands and things like that just because of that BTS set not reaching expectations. So I don't think this one's very possible. It's not impossible. I think it has a very low possibility. I will say I think it's more possible than Gorillaz. Even though Gorillaz did get sets for Fortnite, not sets, but it got in-game characters Fortnite, I think MCR is just a little bit more popular and they're both kind of from that time. Operational Muppet Theater. No, Operational Muppet Theater. This is cool. Let's see where it is operating. I mean, I'm seeing references to Muppet Vision 3D, rest in peace, with this guy right here. I totally forgot what their name was in there. No, not Mickey Mouse. But I'm trying to see, 5 removable and operational stages with their unique mechanisms. So that's kind of cool. You can swap it out. Swedish Chef's Kitchen, Muppets Labs, Pigs in Space, Veterinarian's Hospital, Standard Stage. That's so cool. And I like, you got like the different shows they got going on there, like Veterinarian's Hospital, Pigs in Space, which I would love to get some of these figures right here. Dr. Teeth we need as a Lego minifigure. That would be awesome. There you go. Veterinarian's Hospital. That's awesome. But there's rumors of... Okay, it's not to be mean. I could not tell this was Scooter right here until it took me a second. But there's rumors of Muppets coming back as a Lego. Oh, is that Robin? Wait, sorry. I'm Muppeting out over here. But there's rumors of Muppets coming out as a new TV show. Like there's a new TV show of the original Muppet show. So that would help this get made. I don't know if this is the time though, and I don't know if this is the project. But I'm not saying it's impossible. I think in the future, we might get a Muppet stage project, Lego idea set. But I just don't think this is the time just yet. Of course, I mean, if there is a Muppet show being made, this is a set that could come out in 2027 and it could line up there. So who knows? But I just don't think it's very likely at this time. Speaking of My Neighbor Totoro, we got another one. We got the Cat Bus. I like the buildable Totoro on the other one better, but that's still kind of a cute build. Cat Bus came out great. You got the little the bus station part right there. That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, I would love this to be made, but I think it has the same problems as the other one, where it's just like there's some weird licensing rights and stuff there. Another Gravity Falls ideas. I'm telling you, this is a very popular submission. This one looks bigger than usual. I love the design of this. I would love this as a set. But same thing as I said with the previous Gravity Falls project from the same review. As Wendy. I think I had a crush on Wendy back in the day. The Truman Show. I mean, this is a movie that still is popular to this day. I do think the build here is just not enough. Like it's kind of hard to do a recognizable build from Truman Show. I mean, my favorite would be this right here because I did see this. The staircase and everything there. That's probably the scene that you can make as a Truman Show Lego set. But I just don't know if that's super popular in the pop culture zeitgeist. That scene right there. For it to be made into a Lego set. But I don't think it's completely impossible. I don't think, I wish, because it's a great movie. It would that's a cool idea where it's not only these two scenes, but it's in this TV right here, this retro TV. But I don't think it's there. And also, am I not mistaken, did they choose the retro TV for the Lego Ideas throwback object contest? Let me double check that. Oh, no, never mind. You could still vote. What the heck? I mean, by the time I upload this, because I think I'm recording this a few days before because I'm going on a trip, this probably won't be open for voting, but I did not know this was still open. What the heck? I guess we'll find out what it's going to be in 5 days. Okay, so I guess if they choose a retro TV there, this has no possibility, but if they don't, maybe this has a slight possibility. I mean, we did get a retro TV with the Lego NES set a couple years back. Spirited Away. Oh, speaking of which, speak of the devil, this is a resubmission of an old Spirited Away project, which I freaking love, and I still love this one. I don't know if this build right here is the most iconic thing, and maybe they would have had more luck of just having this build right here with these characters right here. Sorry, it's been a while since I've seen Spirited Away, and I gotta change that, because I saw it right before my Japan trip, so it was like late 2019, early 2020 that I saw it. I think this build just isn't the most popular, location from movie iconography or even like Studio Ghibli iconography. If you want like a building from Studio Ghibli iconography, it'd be Howl's Moving Castle. And then there's also the whole factor, once again, that I think the licensing of Studio Ghibli movies is hard to just have them make a Lego set based off of it. So it kind of sucks because I love Spirited Away and Studio Ghibli makes great movies, but I don't think this has much of a possibility, especially with it being denied before. But hey, try again. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is freaking okay. I love this. This is something that I think can be made. I mean, we never got retro Ninja Turtle sets, but we did get 2014. Or sorry, not 2014. The Nickelodeon, I think it was a 2012 show, sets back in 2013. And also we got some based off of those crappy Michael Bay produced movies. So I think this has that adult niche that Lego likes to do. We recently saw Gremlins as Lego Ideas set and Willy Wonka and things like that. But those are also things that appeal to children as well. But have that fan base of those people who grew up with it who are now adults. And then we have this for the classic Ninja Turtle show. So there's that. You got the Turtle Van right there, which is a great build. And it has that ideas twist, which I think a lot of projects are missing, which is let's do something very creative with this. It's not just the turtle van. No, they're popping out of a pizza box right there, and they have that iconic like pizza box, like stereotypical pizza box design that I think goes a long way. I feel like this has a high possibility. I mean, Lego loves. Oh, they even have. Look at that. They even have like the little. Okay, I love this. I love this. It's such a great printed 1x1 piece there. The ooze. Okay, this is so clever. I freaking love this one. I think this just has everything going for it. Like, this is the most likely out of everything so far, except the K-pop Demon Hunters, I would say. And I think this one's even more creative than K-pop Demon Hunters, because look at this. Look at the pizza slices right there. Like, I love this, and I don't even care about Ninja Turtles. The thing is, I don't think any of the competing licenses have it, because Mega Bloks had a Ninja Turtles license for a while, but they don't even like exist anymore. I don't even know what's going on with Mega Bloks. So yeah, I think this has a huge possibility, and dang, that would be awesome. I didn't expect 3 Totoro sets so far, but dang, let's do it. I think this is the best Totoro build. I mean, they did a great job with the sculpting of that Totoro. Like, look at that. I love the roundness of the belly there. The scene, you probably have more luck with the bus stop scene, but this is a beautiful, beautiful scene. I love how they built the treetop there. I mean, that looks great. And, it is one of those scene sets that we've seen with, I guess most recently would be the Jaws Lego Idea set. This looks fantastic, but I have the same hangups as I had with the other one, where I just don't know if Lego could do Studio Ghibli sets. Like, it just seems like something that has weird licensing issues, but dang, did they do a fantastic job with this one. All right, Forrest Gump, Suitcase of Memories. Hey, this looks familiar. Yeah, this is the one from the 90s Ideas Contest, which didn't win that contest, but hey, we got another round right here, which I hope my friend Oki resubmits his VR headset from that other Lego Ideas Contest to build your hobby one, because if you could submit it from contests into just a regular Lego Ideas roundup, let's do it. Anyways, this is awesome where it opens up and you got a scene that says, life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. That's great. And you have all these ways you can just swap out the Forrest Gump minifigure. I mean, it's been a little bit revisionist in how the film community, considers this nowadays, where people are like, oh yeah, this is overrated. It's some people I've heard say it's a bit offensive. But I don't know if it's really something. I don't think it's something that Lego will be like, oh yeah, this is an offensive thing, we can't make this. I don't think it's on that level of criticism or anything there. So I don't think any of that's going to hold it back. Hey, we'd have another Best Picture winner in Lego form. I'm thinking, Return of the King. But yeah, I think this has a possibility. I don't think it's the most possible out there, but I'd even say this has more of a possibility than Truman Show. We have Bubba Gump as an actual physical manifestation of something from the Forrest Gump movie. It feels like Forrest Gump just has a little bit more pop cultural relevance than Truman Show, even though they're both from around the same time. But yeah, I don't think it's the most possible out there, but I think also it has that edge, which, to be fair, the Truman Show had, of like, okay, we're doing not just a scene from the movie, but we're doing something creative with it. It's a suitcase you could open up. So yeah, I would even say there's a medium possibility here. Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl UCS. This will never get made because unfortunately, we just got, fortunately or unfortunately, we just got Jack Sparrow's pirate ship. You can't say Black Pearl on a Lego box anymore. No, that wouldn't hold it back. If they made this, it would be called Jack Sparrow's ship. It's just that we literally just got one, so they wouldn't make that. Cool build though. Seashells Collection. This looks gorgeous. I mean, yeah, I love seashells. I do have a soft spot for seashells. I used to collect them growing up. And it's not like something we've gotten from Lego before, unless you count the minerals recently. I think maybe there's a little bit of overlap with the minerals in this. Maybe. And maybe Lego will hold off on this. But I feel like 10 years down the line, we could totally get this. I feel like just now maybe a little bit too soon for the mineral stuff, but yeah, very cute build, and I actually like this more than the minerals. Claude Monet's house. Okay. There you go. It's a artist. This is really bad. I did not know that was an artist. I am very sorry, Claude, and I'm probably pronouncing your name wrong. I know I'm not a cultured person. I'm a Philistine. But yeah, I mean, this looks beautiful. This looks absolutely beautiful. And we've seen artists' sets before from Lego Ideas with the Van Gogh Starry Night, But I don't know. I think this might be like too... I mean, I think it might be too niche. I'm going to say it. It's going to be too niche to build for the whole house to have this based off this artist. I don't think this is something that would be like, oh, we got to get the Claude Monet house, And it kind of needs that appeal. You're probably best with just this part right here and this little art setup, and it would be a much cheaper set. This seems like this is going to add an extra, $200 or something there, maybe $150. So I think that's going to hold it back. But who am I to say, not knowing who Claude Monet was? And I'm so sorry to everybody listening to this who is like, okay, yeah, that's not how you say it. Is it Claude Monet? I'm going to stop digging myself such a big hole. So I don't think this was very likely, but prove me wrong in the comments. Where are we at? Oh, okay, the Flying Dutchman. Lovely build. I don't think this will be made because if they did Black Pearl this year, I'm sure they'll do Flying Dutchman next year. I mean, it just makes sense. Seems like we'll get a yearly Pirates of the Caribbean set like Lord of the Rings, One Direction, What Makes You Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, this was like, middle school music for me, high school music, in terms of just hearing it around me. I was never a One Direction fan, but I like the build here. I just think this has the same problems as some of the other musical stuff where, again, BTS didn't seem to sell. So they're just not really going to do much of these anymore, or maybe take a long time. And I think One Direction doesn't even have as much relevance as they used to, but they're still insanely popular. You know, some of the singers have moved on to other ventures and things like that. But yeah, so I don't think this one's likely, unfortunately. The Hunger Games. I mean, I always wanted Hunger Games Lego. I used to like the films a lot, but I always felt like it was too violent for Lego to make a set on. And I feel like we might still have that problem. I mean, it's literally about people killing each other, but you could say that has, you know, some of the same, you know, overlap of what Star Wars can be seen as about. But I think this one's like a lot more like directly, okay, this is what it's about. It's about people killing each other. Like, you could make more of an argument for Star Wars than this. So I think that's just going to hold it back. So I don't think this is very likely, but I like this scene here, and I do recognize the scene. Like, this is recognizable. And hey, they worked recently with Lionsgate with Twilight, but yeah, I don't think this one has a possibility because of its content. Because, you know, Hunger Games is still kind of popular. We're getting a new movie soon. The last movie did pretty decent at the box office, but yeah. Rubik's Cube, fully functioning model. So I don't know what toy company owns Rubik's. But I mean, Lego works with stuff like Hasbro, so there's still a possibility. Even with an idea set like the D&D set. This is a really creative model of Rubik's Cube, and yeah, I think there's something. I think this has like a higher possibility than most of the stuff we've looked at in this video, because it's creative. It's an actual Rubik's Cube, which is cool. It's crazy that actually works, and that the Lego Rubik's Cube is just something that you could sell to the general public. Oh yeah, it's a Lego Rubik's Cube set. Like, that's crazy. I'm trying to see, does it work on like every side? It seems like it might work on every side, which would be crazy. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong there. I don't know. But yeah, I could see this being made. If this is like a fully functional Rubik's Cube, there's something there. Edward Scissorhands. So this is another one that was in the 90s Ideas contest. And I liked it there. I don't know if this castle has much of relevance. Again, it's kind of like even some of the stuff I saw from Truman Show, but even less, where it's like, oh, this is like, oh, that's, you show that to like a person on the street. Oh, what castle, what mansion is that? And they're like, oh, I don't know what that would be, you know? But I do think the movie is still, you know, something that had a spot in pop culture in the 90s. But yeah, I think this has a low possibility, if I had to be honest, just because I think the build will require a huge price, and I don't think it's that recognizable compared to something like, say, the Home Alone house, or the, you know, Chocolate River setup from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which we have seen as Lego Ideas sets. Jumanji. Again, these are like the 90s Ideas projects. This one I still feel has more of a possibility than like the other ones from the contest, because it is, sure, the build isn't as recognizable for some of the buildings there, but they're not super expensive builds, and I think the Jumanji board game is very recognizable. I mean, that's literally like the namesake of the property there, and it has that Ideas magic where it's like, oh, this is not just a building. No, this is a board game of Jumanji that you open up and it could, you know, you can make it into the building. And I think Lego's really looking for that with these idea sets. So yeah, this is really cute. I like this in the 90s contest, and I would love this as a set. I mean, it's a very nostalgic movie to me. I think this one and Forrest Gump probably have the most likelihood, and I say this is even more likely than Forrest Gump. I mean, you know, there's Jumanji sequels and everything, though. I was wondering if we're ever going to get another one of those new Jumanji movies, and we haven't heard anything about that. Maybe this will be timed in a way that it will come out when a new one comes out. The Return of Mr. Bean. These are all 90s Ideas projects. Like, they got, you know, voted on here too. You know, it was that 90s contest. I think Mr. Bean's car is a recognizable vehicle, and this would be an inexpensive set, so this has a lot going for it in that regard. Yeah, I think this has a medium possibility. Don't have too much to say there. I mean, there's not any new Mr. Bean things, but it's a low risk for Lego, because again, it's a small build here. Like, but they don't really make too many small Lego Ideas sets anymore. I wish they freaking would. You know, I love the Tron Legacy Light Cycle set. That was like a perfect, oh yeah, this is just something from the movies. This is a great little build. It was a perfect price. And I don't know if Lego is looking to make Lego Idea sets like that anymore. If they are, this would be a easy shoo-in. But if they're not, then maybe not. Okay, so what's next? More Supernatural Bobby's House Singer Auto, which is an interesting older style house. I like how it's almost like an auto shop as well. I mean, look, I'm not too familiar with the Supernatural show, but that means you also get some cars. Like there's this tow truck right here, but I have the same sentiments of Supernatural, where I'm like, okay, I don't know if it's as, I guess, relevant to pop culture now to have a Lego idea set, especially internationally. So we'll have to wait and see. I think this is a low possibility, but it's not something that's completely impossible. Subnautica, Wonders of the Crater. It's a survival horror video game. That's kind of cool to have a horror video game. The design of this has a really interesting creature build, but yeah, I haven't heard much, if anything, about this horror game. And again, I think if I haven't heard of it, I could just imagine the mainstream public hasn't really heard of it. And Lego is going to make sets that are mostly based off of mainstream licenses. But yeah, still a really cool build if you ask me. Then there's Perry the Platypus, Agent P from Disney's Phineas and Ferb. Now, Phineas and Ferb is really popular. It even got a reboot that's currently airing. And this is a big buildable Perry. Again, something that Lego likes to do, especially with Disney animated properties. The build for this looks cool, and then the minifigures are crazy. Doofenshmirtz looks hilarious. Of course, those would get like either molded heads or very detailed, printed minifigure heads. Sorry, it's an auto GIF one, but yeah, I think a Phineas and Ferb project is a possibility. Phineas and Ferb Lego Ideas set, especially with the reboot. I don't know if this is the project. I just think the build is not exactly the type of build that Lego is looking for. I think maybe if there was just a little bit more roundness to this Perry the Platypus, and maybe a little bit more realistic looking minifigures, Lego would go with this. But, even the build design isn't a big holdback for if it becomes a Lego set. So I would say this is honestly on the more likely side out of everything we've looked at. Pemberley, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Didn't we get a Jane Austen? Yeah, we got a Jane Austen promo recently. This is a build from there, from the novel. Looks really cool. I'm getting some classic Downton Abbey style, which again is announced as a Lego Ideas set that's coming out. The build here might have a little bit of overlap there, and I think that's maybe why they won't do it. You could say they're two totally different buildings. I get it, but I think maybe there's a little bit overlap there that would prevent this from being made. But hey, we've gotten Jane Austen Lego Ideas sets recently, that one giveaway promo, so this isn't like totally impossible. I like the interior and everything going on here. Speaking of Phineas and Ferb, Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated, which I believe this is a resubmission because this looks really familiar. We have gotten this same building submitted before, but I think this very same project. Oh my gosh, what's their name? Is it Norm, right? Let me see. Yeah, Norm. I love the build of Norm, who's supposed to be like an average guy. Robot, but like that's the whole reason why it looks uncanny even in the show, so that's funny. I do like the minifigures here, just like that they look a little bit more realistic, at least from what we can see of Doofenshmirtz, because you can't really get a good look of Phineas and Ferb, but you can get a good look at Perry the Platypus. That's actually a pretty realistic looking Perry the Platypus. Yeah, I think this has more likelihood than the buildable Perry, but I still don't know if this has that wow factor, again, that I was talking about, of the building being interpreted into a Lego Ideas set, which isn't, a total discredit to it becoming a set, because there's plenty of just iconic buildings that have been made into Lego Ideas sets. I mean, even from animated shows like the Flintstones house and things like that don't have this, fresh mechanism or anything to its build. But I think the general public isn't just so familiar with this building specifically. Maybe just having a much more intricate buildable Perry like the other Ideas project with the level of minifigures as this project, and merging those together would make for a Lego Phineas and Ferb set that would be a shoo-in. So yeah, not completely impossible. Like I said, on the more likely side than a lot of projects, but yeah. Freddie Mercury. Oh, this is great. I mean, I love the detailing on this. I guess it's like a kind of like a 3D art, kind of like the Spider-Man wall art. Really cool on how they built Freddie Mercury. You even get a minifigure version. I mean, one of the most iconic musicians, but again, that whole music angle I feel like is going to hold this back with the BTS set and everything. So I don't know. This would be probably the most likely out of all of the music submissions in this review, though, I would say. Because, yeah, Queen, Freddie Mercury is probably like the most popular. Their music is the most popular out of everything that we've seen in this review so far. And this is probably the most creative build. Not saying it's the best looking build, even though it looks great. But it's probably the most creative out of all the submissions for music stuff this review period. But I still don't think it's likely because it just seems like LEGO's avoiding those musician submissions. Plants vs. Zombies Diorama. Well, Plants vs. Zombies have gotten submissions before. And this is a popular game from back in the day. But I just don't know, once again, that it's in this pop culture zeitgeist that LEGO would want to do a full set based off of it. But dang, did they do a great job with the zombies right there. And honestly, this build just looks fantastic. This is probably my favorite out of all the Plants vs. Zombies submissions. But there have been some great ones before. But like, great scene, great interpretation of the characters. But I just don't think the property holds as much weight as it used to in popular culture for it to become a LEGO idea set. So I don't think that one's very likely. Retro telephone, again, more retro objects. Yeah, I mean, it's a rotary telephone, which we kind of got in LEGO Creator recently, but not this retro. I love how they did the cord. Lower possibility, but I would say it's more possible than, say, like the retro TV, the one that we saw in this review, because it does have a bit of a function to it, you know, with the rotary numbers and everything there. That is pretty cool. Lunch atop a skyscraper. Oh, that's cool. Like the classic photo, right? It's not like an art thing, right? Yeah, it's a photograph from 1932. That is actually really cool. I kind of love how this came out, and it's all black and white. I could kind of actually see this being a little bit more likely than some of the other art stuff we've seen recently. Yeah, it's a photograph, but you get what I mean. Yeah, it is iconic enough that I think this could make something that could be a wall art, but even then, I don't know if it's the most sellable thing out there. This is very interesting how they have that city being held up by that wire right there. That's a very interesting take. Yeah, it's not impossible, but not like the most likely thing out there. Working Lego pendulum clock. It's like a cuckoo clock, kind of. That's cute. I like how that... Look at that function right there. I want to see a video of it in action. Did we have a video of it in action? But, let's see. Is there a video of it? Oh, creator updates? Nope. Nothing. Dang it. But, I mean, I like how this looks so far. If this really is a working pendulum clock, like, this could be something that LEGO chooses, but it depends how effective it is in its function, I feel like. And I need a video or something to really see it, and I wish the creator attached a video. So yeah, if it's fully functional, I could see LEGO maybe going with this, more likely than a lot of the large objects we've seen in this review. If not, I don't know the likeliness if it's more of just a display piece. Yeah, I like the idea here. I guess for it to be like automated, you know, for it to actually like capture time, it would have to have a lot more mechanisms, and I'm not seeing that there, so I don't think it's going to be like an actual working clock, and rather the function is the cuckoo pop-up. But yeah, so I don't know. Interesting build, lower likelihood, not impossible, but I need more details on that for sure. Gray Wolf, Forest Hunter statue. This is cool. I like this. Look at that. The gray wolf outline, and then you got a wolf in the middle right there. That looks great. Great silhouette. Very clever idea. I don't know if it's something that will sell off of store shelves, and I think they're also looking for that. Like, oh, here's the gray wolf LEGO ideas. People are gonna be like, wait, what are we really looking at? Because it takes a little bit of understanding to when you look at it. It's like, okay, that if this was on store shelves, I could kind of see that grabbing eyes instantly, like, oh, it's a wolf silhouette. But I don't know, maybe I'm looking too deep into it and misjudging it, but I feel like this is a bit of a harder sell than some of the other ones that have this level of creativeness to it. But I do really like it. I wouldn't mind that being made. Oh, we got another Supernatural. This is the car from Supernatural. So it seems like we're getting like more. I don't remember any Supernatural LEGO idea submissions until now, but yeah, this is probably the most ideal Supernatural release, because again, I have to preface it with, I wish Lego would do more cheap idea sets, but they don't. So that's almost something that's holding it back. But like, if they were to do a Lego Supernatural set, it wouldn't be something that's expensive, and this would be like the perfect size, you know? So I feel like this is the most likely Supernatural set we'd get out of everything shown, but also Lego doesn't seem to just do, you know, a DeLorean time machine anymore, a Tron light cycles anymore. They're more expensive sets unless they're giving you giveaway promos, or if they're like a fictional objects instead of saying like a minifigure license. Am I wrong in that judgment there? So yeah, I don't know if it's super likely, but I would say it's the most likely out of all the Supernatural submissions. Next is a vintage gramophone. I really think this one has a possibility of being made. It's one of those vintage items that has such a distinct look to it, and there is a function captured there that Lego would want to do this. How they build the gramophone up top, that's actually really interesting. Personally, I wouldn't be buying it, but it's not a terrible build or anything like that. I think it's very well built. It's just not a set for me. But yeah, I think this has a higher possibility than a lot of the retro stuff that we've seen in this review. Treasure Planet, Captain Flint's ship. Wait, what is it? It's pirate spaceship. Sorry. Yeah, Treasure Planet. I remember back in the day, kind of a forgotten Disney movie. I don't know if the minifigures are very good one-to-one, but it's hard to make those without like molded pieces. The design of this is a very distinct pirate ship, but I rarely ever see any Disney Treasure Planet merch. Like, I honestly see more merch from Gravity Falls than Treasure Planet, so I don't think this has a possibility at the moment, but who knows. Great Blue Heron looks really cool, just how they build the feathers and shape there. Yeah, we have gotten a bird ideas set before. I don't know if they're going to do one specifically for a heron, but it's not like totally impossible. Again, very distinct design there. And yeah, and now I'm thinking of the boy and the heron just because we talked so much about Studio Ghibli in this video. But very distinct and cool build. House. Oh my gosh, House is just like a meme show at this point, but it is insanely popular even on streaming. I'd say, I don't know, I think the House fan base is like, at least there's, I don't know, it seems like the Supernatural fan base is more dedicated, but there might be more House fans in general. I think it was just a more popular show. I mean, this was on the main TV networks while Supernatural was what, like a CW show? The design here is really interesting in the setup and everything. Yeah, I think this has a higher possibility than something like Supernatural, but I'm still not sure they would go with this. I think the build isn't super distinct, but you know, it is a very popular show that is canceled. Armor of Honor. Oh my gosh, this looks really beautiful. This looks awesome, and it's Falcon Knights, right? Is it Falcon Knights or Black Falcon? Now I'm going to feel like a fake Lego fan. All right, I got to turn in my eightfold card. It's a Black Falcon Knight, so I got it wrong both times. But geez, this looks so cool. I love this design. Like, I feel like this might actually be something that has a possibility. It is on the cheaper side, but like this distinct suit of armor is something that's incomparable in buildable version to anything Lego's put out, except if you really want to go deep, like the construction figures of like Knights Kingdoms, which sold horribly, but that's nowhere near the build system that this uses. I mean, the shaping is so impressive. Look at this. This is so cool. Just lovely shaping. Underneath, it seems like there's a secret map. That's super, super well thought out. But yeah, I love this build, honestly. And it's cool that it comes with a minifigure as well. I think this actually has a strong possibility out of everything for unlicensed thing that we've seen so far. SpongeBob, the Krusty Krab. I would love them to make a new SpongeBob set, but it's been taking them forever. Apparently there's like a competitor who has this license, but I don't even know if they still do new sets. I think they might still do new sets, and that's probably what's holding this back. But dang, would a new Krusty Krab of this scale be so good? I love the old Krusty Krab sets, but they were nowhere near this level of detail. This would be something that sells like hotcakes. I mean, Lego SpongeBob needs to come back. Look at all of that. I wish this would be made, but again, there's that competitor license, and it's something that keeps getting submitted that they haven't approved before. So I don't think it's likely at the moment, but once those licensing problems are untied, then we'll be able to get something like this. Oh man, I want this so bad. The Japanese Village. I mean, this looks really beautiful. You know, again, we got Italian Riviera. Maybe we could get this Japanese Village. This is way less of a modular styling than some of the ones that we've seen previously in this review that I'm like, oh, that won't happen because it's like modular styling. So I actually think this has a stronger possibility than, say, that like London set that was submitted. And it is very distinct architecture we don't see too often from Lego. Yeah, this looks great, honestly. I think this has a relatively decent possibility of being made into a Lego set, if I had to be honest. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Makes you want to go back to Japan. You know, I visited back in 2020. I summoned the Lego Mario license, if you know the Just 2 lore there. Okay, The Wonderful World of Chikawa. I do not know anything about this. It's a wildly popular Japanese anime and manga series. Interesting. I know nothing about this. I like the designs. They're very adorable, but if I don't know about this, again, I'm not trying to sound pompous or anything. I don't know if the general public would know about it. And Lego is trying to make sets that not only appeal to niche fans, but also the general public that they see on a store shelf. I'm like, oh, I kind of know that thing. This one might be a little bit too niche. Maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe this is like something I've totally missed in my life. But I think the recognizability makes this less popular. But dang, do I love the minifigures. And I love the design of these builds right here. These buildings are very, what is it? It's like full of character is what I would say. And you can see these double as a jewelry box, a pencil holder, and a phone stand. That's really cute. Look at the design right there. Those are really adorable characters. Okay. Black hole. Oh, this is really neat. I mean, there was that one, I forgot what it was called, but that one set, I should picture it here if I'm trying to edit this, but knowing me, I might forget to put it in here. That's the closest thing we got to this, and this looks so cool. I mean, look at all the pieces. There's like a brick separator in there. There's some Bionicle pieces. Like, this is insane, but I love what they have going on here. Unfortunately, I think like the general public is going to look at this and be like, wait, what is this? Because a lot of us like associate, a lot of normies associate black holes to be like a black swirl, you know, like the Yu-Gi-Oh card. And I think the orange here is going to turn people away from it. Maybe that's a dumb take. You probably heard plenty of dumb takes in this video. But yeah, I feel like the build here is too good that it's going to turn people away from it in the general public. And that might make Lego feel like this is a harder sell for a black hole. But who am I to know? I don't think this one's very likely because of that. But dang, this looks beautiful and I would actually buy it. The Rookie. Okay, so it's a TV series. Yeah, this is the one that we were talking about earlier, right? Yeah. I'm like, what is this TV? Oh, wait, we were literally talking about this earlier. This is the first time I'm hearing about it, and there's like 2 submissions. But yeah, I mean, looks cool. Same holdups. This one is a little bit, I guess, more possible because it's not the specific like LAPD police station. But I still think it's something that probably won't get made because of the same reasons, you know? They're still representing like the LAPD and things like that. Cool scene though, I think. Coraline, the Pink Palace. Yeah, I mean, I love this build and I want a Lego Coraline set. It's something that has gotten submitted a couple times. And I think there's a lot of Coraline products now. It's kind of something that has been reintroduced into pop culture zeitgeist. I see like Coraline Monopoly and things like that. So there's that possibility. I know last time I did a Coraline set, people were like, oh, it won't be made because Neil Gaiman is like a Predator, things like that. And I'm like, I don't know. Like there's plenty of controversial like people who are involved in the making of things that we've seen in Lego, even more recently. Like, you know, Johnny Depp is a controversial person. J.K. Rowling is a controversial person, but you still see Lego Harry Potter. We saw the new Black Pearl. So like, I don't think that's going to hold it back because there's somebody who's removed enough. Like, for example, John Lasseter, controversial person, but we got a Lego Ideas Luxo Jr. set this year. They just made sure not to include his name in any of the instructions or anything like that. So I don't think the Neil Gaiman thing is going to hold us back. I still think this is like a big possibility, but I also think the size of the house is going to hold it back, where I think Coraline's recognizability would warrant it to be a much cheaper set than something that would be like $200, $300. If Lego was going to do it, it was going to be like a set that's like $150 at most. I would love this to be made though. And Coraline is a fantastic movie if you ask me. Like this is a hard one to say. Meteorological Observatory. This is so cool. And this isn't tied to any license or anything like that, but I think this is a distinct enough build, an observatory that we don't really see from Lego, that this could be made. It's almost too distinct though, where it doesn't look like the traditional observatory that, like, you know, again, the general normie public would just look at it and be like, wait, what exactly is going on here? Beautiful, beautiful build to me. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like it almost needs to be like just a little bit more stereotypical and generic for it to be the set that they sell on store shelves for this idea right here. I don't think it's impossible though, and I think it's creative enough that it has that kick to it. But yeah, dang, I would love this. This gives me vibes of like a Bricklink design program set, honestly. And look, even the freaking interior is awesome. Giving me also some old fishing store vibes. Ah, that's so lovely. Fine Bow's flowers, you know, cool flower builds here. Same thing I feel with these other flowers where it's like they have the Botanicals line. Lego's not going to release an Ideas flower set. Knight Rider kit. I mean, very iconic car. This is like creator expert scale. Cool that you get the minifigures as well. I don't know, I feel like this would be something they release in creator expert and not something that they would release as a Lego Ideas set, so I don't think this is likely. We have gotten Lego Knight Rider once before for Lego Dimensions, if you don't remember. Islands in the Sky. Oh, this is so cool. I do think this has the whole, or no, I was gonna say, because at first I was like, oh, this has the whole problem where you display this on shelves and there's that whole liability there about them falling off and things like that. Like, they have some shelf hanging things like the art sets that have like really specific ways to display that. These are a little bit more risky because I feel like Lego doesn't want to encourage these to be held from like the shelf, drilled into the shelves and things like that when they're like this specific type of build that doesn't have like a hole or anything in there to pin it in. And then have it fall on somebody, you know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into that. But if you see, it's actually kind of an illusion where there's a clear piece right here that is attached to a ground base. So that makes it a little bit more likely. And yeah, I really like the design here. I love this part right here. This bridge is just really cool in my opinion. I like how it links those two. Yeah, such distinct builds. I mean, the closest thing was what? There was like, I think it was like a Lego Ninjago set that was kind of like this. Yeah, I don't think it's the most possible thing out there. It's a little bit of a tough sell, but I don't think it's impossible, and I would really like this. I would actually buy this. This is a beautiful build, if you ask me. The Wizard of Oz. I mean, we kind of got a Wizard of Oz set recently. Again, you know, we got little hints. You know, Dimensions got a Wicked Witch set. Also, who reappeared with the Flying Monkeys in a Lego Batman movie set. And then the Lego Movie 2 got a Wizard of Oz 4 minifigures or whatever. Then recently we got a Wicked set that has the Yellow Brick Road and Oz and stuff like that. But this is directly based off the old movie. Directly that scene. Looks beautiful, but I almost feel like it's too close to the release of those Wicked sets that they might want to hold off on this. But if this is resubmitted in like 5 to 10 years down the road, there's a huge possibility that this would get made. Looks beautiful. And I remember one of the old idea sets was the Wizard of Oz. Well, not idea sets, sorry. Idea submissions that reached 10K like back in the day. The Bear Knights Tavern. Oh, this is cool. You know, Bear Knights. We don't get too much love for the Bear Knights. But yeah, I really do like the Bear. What was this? Was it Series 15? This character? Really, really cool outfit and everything there. But yeah, I mean, really cool Tavern. I do feel like, you know, we got that guarded in set, right? Or sorry, not guarded, blacksmith shop set that almost has some of the same feels here. And I almost feel like this is something that's more for a Bricklink design program than being its own full-on Lego Ideas release. So unfortunately, I don't know if it has that mass appeal for the stuff that Lego Ideas likes to release. Maybe I'm being too hard on the set. It looks beautiful, but yeah. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, the Griswold House. Now, we haven't seen a couple of these before. This might be my favorite of all the Griswold House submissions we've seen. Really nice build with the house there and how they capture the snow and everything. It looks pretty detailed. I do feel like this is a property that almost doesn't warrant a set of this size. Like, not doesn't warrant, but like the general public probably wouldn't buy, oh, I'm going to buy the Griswold House set. You know, they'll buy the Home Alone house set. That's so distinct. Griswold House is almost a building that's like, oh yeah, this is like an iconic Christmas movie, but is the Griswold House really something that we're going to fork over $200 for? So I think the property just isn't there in terms of to fork over this much in the recognizability of the location, but who knows? So I would say this is a much lower possibility and close near impossible at the moment. Maybe that's too hard on it. Monsters Inc. Boo's Scream Room. And I remember Holly did something like this. This is really cute. I like the door right there. But is the only feature that it flaps up right there? Like, does it actually get like lifted up a bit or anything? Yeah, I mean, Lego Monsters Inc. could get an idea set someday. I love the builds right here. These are very stylized builds. I don't think this is the build, though, that would be the Lego Monsters Inc. set. Like, I don't know. I'm looking for something a little bit more... I mean, yeah, the door is recognizable, but, like, I don't know. It's, like, something that's more succinct and maybe more of an interesting function. And, yeah, you would probably want to do something that's more minifigure-based, too, for this property. But then you would have to have, like, a big fig for Sully, which there's never been a Lego Ideas big fig, so there's a lot of complications there. It's a tricky property, to be honest, but it's a property that's very recognizable and is in pop culture, what's it called, zeitgeist. The Samurai Castle. This looks cool. I mean, we've gotten Samurai Castles with, the late 90s Ninja line. Lovely theme that kind of is underrated. And, yeah, I think this is a really beautiful build. I don't know if Lego would want to do this. But, I mean, honestly, I do think this is... I think these buildings are, like... They're culturally significant, but also, like, the general public knows, okay, yeah, this is, like, a samurai house right here. Samurai castle. Like, this is something that could be just, like, Lego Ideas Samurai Castle. And, like, yeah, the general public would be like, oh, yeah, I totally get what's going on there. Yeah, I think this has, like, a medium possibility, honestly. It's something that could totally happen. More likely than a lot of the stuff we've seen in this review, which I've been saying a lot. But, that's my rank. There's, like, medium possibility, impossible, but then there's, like, low possibility, and then there's, like, very likely. So I guess there's usually, like, 4 I result to for my rankings, but yeah. Botanical, there you go. It's in the name. Beautiful build. They won't do this. The Botanical line is its own thing now. Manta ray mech. Oh my gosh. I mean, back as a kid, my favorite animals were manta rays and stingrays. And then, Steve Irwin got killed, and it was kind of awkward to say that my favorite animal is stingrays, so I kind of fell out of love with them. Manta rays are such gentle giants, and I love the shaping here. This is really, really pretty. This came out great, honestly. Only thing is, like, the front, I think, maybe a little bit too mechanical there, but what does it say? Manta ray mech. It's a mech, and there's a whole... lore right here. Mechanical organisms. In the distant future, the environment of Earth was harsh. Highly developed AI, created mecha that adapted to its natural environment. There's a whole lore here. I do think if this was just a buildable manta ray, it would honestly have more of a chance. Because now they have to sell it as a manta ray mech, and then people are like, wait, what is this from, like, a movie or something like that? Yeah, I don't think this has the biggest possibility, but dang, would I love this to be made. And if it was made, you bet your butt I would get it. It's kind of like how I never buy, like, these buildable animal sets, unless they're, like, a character. But I got the Lego Ideas, insect sets because it's a mantis. And the Just Too Good, lore has too much mantis in it. Oh, speak of the devil, there's another one. I actually think this is an even better build, even though I like manta rays more. Like, this is odd. I love the use of that tubing for that bottom part of the whale. That is so beautiful. That's such a clever part usage. And again, very mech, because it is this, like, inorganic creature. This is so cool. Again, I like the lore and everything, but it has about the same problems. That's going to be a hard sell. I actually feel like this is an easier sell, though, because it's, like, a little bit more clearly a mech. And, yeah, but it's still, I just think these have low possibility, because there's, like, a bunch of, like, original lore added in here that's, like, part of what it is, It's not, like, in the background. It's, like, literally, okay, these are, like, marine animal mechs. Twister. Oh, my gosh. We have a set for Twister. Look, honestly, I mean, look, the original Twister kind of got a bump in research in popularity because, Twisters came out recently. Was it last year? And Twisters was a hit in the US, but it wasn't a big hit internationally, and that could hold back this being made. But I do think this has that Lego Ideas wow factor I'm talking about, where, oh, you just want a buildable Lego Twister, like, not even related to the movie? Here you freaking go. And there's a play feature to make this spin with the cow. I think this has a higher possibility than a lot of the movie stuff we saw in this review period. This is actually, like, a medium possibility. I would say medium to high. I mean, if Twister was just an ounce more popular, I'd be like, oh, this is a shoo-in. But as it stands, I feel like this is very, very possible compared to a lot of the projects we've seen here. This is awesome. I love this. Look at that feature. I mean, oh my gosh. Will we get a Lego Philip Seymour Hoffman figure? That would be amazing. Okay. We got so much more still. All right. Okay. We have a Billie Eilish project right here. You know, popular musician, maybe more popular than Bad Bunny, maybe not, but I do think, well, okay. Am I wrong? I think both of them got Simpsons tie-ins, which nobody's going to make the relation with. And then maybe I'm wrong that Bad Bunny didn't get one. I thought they did. It was like a stupid Disney Plus thing, just like the Billie Eilish one. Anyways, I think this has the same problem as the other musician stuff. You know, I've said it a billion times in this video. So yeah, BTS, ETC. The build here is giving me Monsters Inc. vibes because I know nothing about this music video or album or whatever. Video home system. Oh, this is funny. It's like a video cassette player. That's actually really funny. I mean, super nostalgic to me. I remember when I was a kid, I stuck Cheerios in the family one and broke it. Okay, I was like a toddler, to be fair. You got VHS tapes and everything. I love this, but I don't think they would make this. You know, the closest we got to like Lego VHSs was that one Disney 100 set. So yeah, very low to possibility. Not impossible, but very low. Hunger Games Catching Fire. Hey, I was going to say Philips. Oh, wait, no, never mind. That's, what is it? The President Snow. Again, same problem as the last one. I think this is an even less recognizable build, but yeah, it's just the whole subject matter of this, I think Lego will not touch. The hourglass. Okay, is this actually like a working hourglass? No? Okay. It would be cool if it was, you know, if they had like some replication of sand or whatever. But very cool build still. I just think hourglass without sand or anything is going to prevent it from being made. But I guess you can put your own sand in there, but then again, there's like little cracks in this. So yeah, beautiful build. I think this one's near impossible, honestly. This is fine. Oh my gosh. Another meme set. I mean, I do like the interpretation here, and it is such an iconic scene. Yeah, I don't know. This is like, what would this... I don't think this would get made, but it's not like totally impossible, and it is small enough that it you know, they might want to do this. And yeah, what is this, like a coin set or something? Because there's like a little slot right there. This is fine. Yeah, it could also be used as a piggy bank, book nook, or other display options. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this would be crazy if they made this, but I mean, it would sell. It would still sell. I saw so much merch of this. Low possibility, but not impossible. I'd say even more possible than stuff like the hourglass. It's like low to medium possibility is where it's at. Old Flying Club and Hangar. I mean, you know, we don't really see much of these old hangars and everything. I think of like, there was that one, oh, I like the 60-year tile right there, but there's that one like Lego city set, I think, the air show set. I mean, it is something that you could kind of like market. Well, yeah, it's a Lego hangar and then like a plane. But yeah, I mean, another low to medium possibility, very creative, something we don't see often. But is there a market for this? Maybe, but I don't know if it would be super popular, but yeah. Another gramophone phonograph. I mean, this is another beautiful interpretation of this. Seems to have a little bit less functionality than the last, or no, it seems like you would twist it and spin it around. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, basically my same sentiment as the last one. The owl 3D painting. This is so cool. I mean, look at this. Just popping out like that. Very distinct build. And I like the use of the surfboard piece and everything there. And I know I've said, oh, well, they've done birds before, but this is more than just a bird. You know, this is like a painting slash bird. I feel like this could actually kind of get a Lego idea set. The owl, you know, owl 3D painting. Like, yeah, I feel like this actually has like a medium to high possibility, if I had to be honest. It's very creative. It looks beautiful. And it's something that you could easily sell. I feel like you could totally easily sell this. So yeah, medium to high possibility. Jumanji again. Oh my gosh, this is cool. I love the broken house and everything. I still feel like the other Jumanji is just more likely to be made because it has that whole board game function. This is literally just the building. I mean, a beautiful build for the building and everything. Very creative there, but I feel like there's more of a, you know, that it factor for ideas with that last one. Tally Hole. Is it like, is it Ruler of Everything, right? That song randomly plays in my head from time to time. Tally Hole is way less, like, I don't even know if you would call it mainstream. I feel like this has a less possibility than Gorillaz. It has less of a possibility than Freddie Mercury. It has less of a possibility than Billie Eilish, but, you know, would be cool. I like the art style and everything here. The build style here looks great. GLaDOS from Portal 2. We mentioned Portal 2 earlier. Love Portal. You know, I wish we got a full Lego set, but yeah, I don't think this would be made. I just think it's too. I don't know. I like Portal it's still well known, but I feel like it's a little bit less popular than it was before. You know, there hasn't been a game in a bit and everything there. And it's even at the where it was way more popular, they denied it. But then again, they denied it a couple times. I mean, they always deny it because usually the Portal gun and Lego doesn't want to do weapons. But like, I don't know. I feel like this scene is a bit too much for the popularity of the game at this moment. But who knows? If there's a Portal 3, then maybe this has a shot. But love the build of GLaDOS and everything here. This is a phenomenal build. And I would buy it, but yeah, I don't think Lego would make this. Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. Oh, this is cool. I mean, I remember this movie as a kid. You even got their outfits from Zombie Island, which is kind of cool. This used to scare us as a kid. Well, my brother actually saw it, and my brother got scared from it, so my mom said, you cannot watch this, even though, you know, it was a kid's movie. But it was a little bit edgier than some of the Scooby-Doo stuff at the time. But yeah, I feel like a Lego Ideas Scooby-Doo set is totally possible, but it would probably just be the Mystery Machine. I think this is too niche a build in the Scooby-Doo lore to get this as a full set. That would probably be like $200. Amsterdam Canal Houses, you know, Italian Riviera, distinct build we got recently. This is very distinct. I like the very like cube nature to it, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going with architecture styles, but like there's a specific design that's going on here. It's not modular. It's not a modular building, but yeah, I love this build, but I don't know. I feel like this is almost a little bit of a harder sell than an Italian Riviera, and I don't think it's very possible. But yeah, I wish I went to Amsterdam when I was in Europe. Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I mean, we're getting a new one from Netflix soon. It is something that is like kind of like a religious, you know, story and everything there. But I do think it's separated enough that you could make a set based off of it. So I don't think the religion will hold it back. But yeah, this not being tied to the movies or anything, right? Because this isn't specifically based off of the movies. It's based off of the books and everything there. I think that might hold it back a bit. Like I even think like they wouldn't even do a book nook of this. Like Sherlock Holmes is such a, I guess, like well-known property, and this, like, Narnia is a very well-known book series, but like it's not on the level of Sherlock Holmes even, you know, or Harry Potter. It's just almost there. But judging by the popularity of that Netflix movie, who knows what could happen. But this is a beautiful build, and I love the minifigures. Blackface Spoonbill, another lovely bird that I don't think they would make, but oh my gosh, I love, like, look at this. Like, that's a great use of that piece right there. Like, this looks freaking awesome. This is so cool. And you've got the Spoonbill. You even got like a little minifigure right here. This is so freaking cool. But yeah, I don't think they would make this. They just don't really, you know, they did that bird set, and the most chance you got on one is that owl, because it's not just a build of the bird, it's a build of the owl popping out of that scene right there. Gilmore Girls, Star Hollow Town Square. You know, pretty dang popular show, but I don't think this build and everything would be super popular. I don't think it's on that level of, say, a Friends or The Office or anything, but, you know, maybe one day. Hamilton. Another Hamilton, which also has a little spinning build right there. This one uses 2 rotating parts. You could have 2 different types of dances. But I do think the build for this is a little bit bigger than what Lego wants. And I think the other one just has a much more compact and succinct build than what we got going on here. So I think the other one has more of a chance, but this looks lovely, and I love the minifigures here. It is great. Monty Python. Okay, so let's see. Learn about one of the more obscure departments of the British Civil Service, the Ministry of Silly Walks. This is a really fun build. This is a really fun build. But yeah, if you're going to do Monty Python stuff in Lego, I mean, their most famous thing is what? Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And we don't really see submissions for that. I don't think this specific bit would be made into, you know, this specific sketch would be made into a Lego set. But I really like the figure here. So yeah, not very possible. Pantheon 124 AD. This looks really cool. I mean, look at that. Oh my gosh. I don't know, though. I think this is a bit of a harder sell, though. The Lego Ideas Pantheon. Like, with this slice right here, I don't know. I don't think this one's very likely. Beautiful build though. Roman Forum. I feel like this is a bit more likely. The Roman Forum, Lego Ideas Roman Forum, and they see this. I think this could be a little bit more popular with the general public. I think the build here is just more like, I don't know, it's like compact and everything here and like an easier sell. Even then, I don't know if this is super likely, but not impossible. I like the architecture here and everything there. Cool stuff, cool stuff. Percy Jackson, welcome to Camp Half-Blood. I'm trying to see if this is... Yeah, okay, so this is based off the Disney Plus show. I saw the movies and I read the first 2 books. Yeah, I mean, Camp Half-Blood, you know, that's probably the location you want to do for Percy Jackson. I like the builds here. You know, it's like a summer camp, but also, like, has that, you know... Like, is it Greek, right? Greek? Yeah, right? That might sound so stupid if it's not. But don't worry, I already sound plenty stupid in this video. But the architecture there is just lovely. But yeah, I don't think that TV show is as popular to warrant this set. Like, I think even Gravity Falls is just more popular and more of a thing that sells products in pop culture than Percy Jackson, the Disney Plus show. Interstellar, I mean, yeah, this would be all. I love Interstellar. And I love it's the book. Oh my gosh. I mean, I don't want to say too much, but it's the bookcase is what I will say. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. And they even got TARS in there. Yo. I remember TARS was like a Lego Interstellar product submission before. Love that too. Oh, this is so cool. They would never do this though, but this is I wish they would do this. So low possibility. I mean, Interstellar is a very popular, like, one-off movie. You know, it was an original idea, wasn't part of a franchise. You know, there's no Interstellar 2. But I think the popularity can be there. I mean, I know the IMAX re-releases were selling really well. But this is still too big of a set. And maybe the build that is too niche for the general public that I don't think it would be made. But I would love for it to be made. This is one of my favorite submissions in the whole, you know, review that we're doing here. Wolfskate. I'm trying to see if this is anything specific. It's just an original idea, but yeah, beautiful, beautiful castle build going on here. But I think it needs more of a selling point. I think it needs more of a selling point for Lego to make this as an idea set. But yeah, this looks lovely. I love how there's like a little light right there. That's cool. Dungeon. Miraculous Ladybug. Oh, this is kind of cool to see like a Lego idea submission that uses mini dolls. You don't really see that often. Miraculous Ladybug, I don't even know if it's still going on. It is pretty like it's popular definitely in, is it like a French, whatever its original country is, it's popular, but it's popular in the US. Maybe more popular a few years ago, but yeah, I just don't think, I think this build is way too big and detailed for them to make this as an idea set. But this would be awesome. It's cool to see a mini doll idea submission. But yeah, low possibility there, unfortunately. Working modular fairground. Modular. That means they're not going to make it. But if they lean in more on the fairground, maybe this could be made. I mean, this is awesome. I love fairground Lego sets. It seems like there's a whole function that makes all this move. Is there a video for it? Oh, there's no video for it. But you could just imagine like this part's moving, this part's moving, this part's moving. The carousel's moving. All that's really cool. This would be a rather expensive set. Yeah, I think this is like a low possibility though. But I would even say medium to low. So it's not like even low. Like it's not just low. It's like a higher low and a lower medium. But yeah, I like this could be something. It's like the Lego idea is a modular fairground, and people are like, oh shoot, like they would probably make it like the functional fairground or something like movable fairground or something. Change the title a bit, but I think Lego could market this. Like I think this could be like a solid like $250 to $300 set. Maybe that's even wishful thinking, but yeah, I don't know. But I still think that there's not too many like fairground sets. They were doing like fairground icon sets here and there, but they haven't really done one recently. Yes, but this is like, I don't know. This is a hard one, but I would say, yeah, I'll stick with that. Higher low to lower medium. Another Mystery Shack. I'm telling you, this is very popular. Yeah, I mean, Same thing I'd say with the other Mystery Shacks. Looks great. Same holdbacks. I was gonna say Bill Cipher, right? What's their name? No, this is a Cipher machine. This is kind of cool. You know, look at this. I wish they would do. If they release this, it would all be pearl gold. That's kind of cool though. Of this, you know, it's fully mechanical and you could encode like little strings of letters and things like that. I like what's going on here. It might be a little bit too niche for the general public, but this is dang cool. I don't know. I would say low possibility, but still super cool build. The Phantom of the Opera. You know, hey, speaking of musicals, this one's not based off of any of the movies or anything, just like the musical scene. But yeah, I love this diorama here. This is super cool. I don't know. I do think Hamilton has more of a possibility, but it's not totally impossible. It is a very recognizable play, but I think the scene might be like, okay, this scene is something. Is this a general public? Like, will it be like, oh, that's Phantom of the Opera? No, you kind of have to have that lettering at the front. So yeah. Didn't we do this already? Did we not do? Is there just another lunch atop a sky? Like, there's just two of the similar builds. This is kind of crazy. Like, I swear we did this. Okay, I guess. Yeah, no, this is a different build for it. Two people did lunch atop the skyscraper. I mean, great minds think alike. This looks beautiful. This one has a lot more printed pieces, it seems like, on the back. But yeah, I love what's going on here. You know, just like the original one, you could see it hanging on like just a random room. I would say it has about the same possibility as the original one, you know? So yeah, I think it's actually relatively possible. Lake House. This looks beautiful. I mean, yeah, Lego Ideas Lake House. This is not like a totally unsellable thing. A little bit similar to the old fishing store, but yeah, I think this has like a low to medium. You know, high, low, medium. Looks beautiful. Love the lights and everything. Love the architecture. Love the boat. Love the truck. Nice like greenery and everything. I'm getting some vibes of funny games. That's all I'm going to say, unfortunately. I see the dog. I see the truck. I see how this is a lake house. That was really dark. E.T. the extraterrestrial. Look, we got Gremlins recently. I could see them doing... This is like probably the most solid... Well, okay, there was those good E.T. submissions of the poster, but like this is really solid because like, okay, the E.T. house isn't the most recognizable thing, but like, first off, you have this whole like quarantine section right here that's like, okay, that's kind of just like an eye-popping thing. But this looks like something that's like what? Like a build that could be like, I don't know, this set could be like $130 and it would not, like they could nail this for a very cheap price. Like it's not big or anything like that. So I think when you have like a lower cost of like a more unrecognizable house, there's more of a success rate there. But yeah, that's based off, I'm trying to think if that's based off of anything, but I'm just like thinking like logistically like what Lego would think, you know? Like, okay, this isn't like the most recognizable house, but like it's not super expensive. But yeah, I mean, E.T. is a very iconic movie and one of those other like original ideas that only has one release, but has just seeped itself into, you know, movie history and American pop culture. And I think it does have international appeal. It's not just America. So yeah, I mean, we got Lego E.T. back with ideas, which is that figure right there. I'd say this is like a medium possibility. And it's funny how it says E.T. phone home, like a little speech bubble or something right there. Love the little quarantine and everything. That's really fun. I wish we got more Lego houses like this. Like, I love this sizing of Lego house. I'm getting like Velux window house vibes. Motorized steampunk airship. Oh my gosh, this is insane. I mean, look at this. This is insane. Oh my gosh. I think this is something that could be sold. I mean, you know, we barely get Lego steampunk sets. I mean, you could say some from like that Ninjago Skybound or whatever it was called, but like this is something that you can't say Lego Ideas steampunk airship and it's like, oh yeah, this could sell. Like this could totally sell. Like, you know, it's seeped itself so much into popular culture, this steampunk in general. It felt like it was something more in literature and the internet and things, but it has since migrated outside of there. And yeah, like I think this has a honestly medium to high possibility. Like there's a lot of function here. It won't be the most expensive build out there. It's still pretty expensive, but yeah, I could totally see this being made, honestly. This is great. Another Pink Palace. Looks great. Would love this to be made. Same hangups as the last Coraline set, except this one is a little bit smaller. So there is that. There's that. Yeah. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. What is it? We Love You. You know, classic vehicle, but I don't think much people nowadays know what Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is. So this is going to be one that's definitely for the older crowd. And I think that's going to hold it back. But yeah, I like what's going on here. I like the seats, honestly. Those look cool. Phineas and Ferb, another one. I don't know if this build would, you know, it's like their backyard, but there's like a whole roller coaster, which is one of the more iconic episodes and stuff. And there's an underground with Perry the Platypus and everything. The more brick built heads and everything. Yeah, I don't know if the build here is one that they would make, but I think one day we'll get Lego Phineas and Ferb for real because there was a canceled board game set. This probably won't be the project though. So I say this one's a low possibility, maybe even lower than the other submissions because I just don't think the build is the iconicity that they really were looking for this ideas Phineas and Ferb, like if they were going to go for it. Fortress of Bellinzona. It's located in the Italian-speaking part of Switzerland. I'm actually not really familiar with this area. This is really cool, but it's really a Lego architecture set, and I feel like if they were going to release this, they would just release a Lego architecture set, you know? Which we don't really get too much Lego architecture sets anymore, but we still get them here and there. So yeah, I don't think this one's going to happen. It's kind of like the botanical problem. Another SpongeBob submission, same problem as last time where that rival company seems to have the license, but I would love this so much. Even a real Lego Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, look at that. Oh, Lego, just give us new SpongeBob sets. I grew up with the originals, but yeah, I mean, look at the Pineapple House is friggin' perfect. Would be cool fully enclosed, but other than that, love this to death. The Paddy Wagon, oh my gosh. Squidward's house. The rock, I mean, like, I haven't seen a good build for Patrick's rock until now. Like, that's just perfect. Okay, Korean tea house. Looks great. Yeah, I love how this came out. Might be a little bit of a tougher sell, unfortunately. You know, Korean tea house, like Lego Ideas Korean tea house. I don't know. I mean, I feel like Korean tea houses aren't the most like recognizable type of building out there to you know, have something on store shelves where people are like, oh yeah, I really want to buy that Korean tea house. But I don't know, maybe that's totally off you know, off base there. Love the build here. I think this is like a high-low possibility is what I would say. Looks beautiful. Planet Express headquarters, so Futurama. I would love minifigures for Futurama, but the build here looks great for what it's trying to interpret. You know, Futurama has returned on Hulu, I believe. Yeah, I'd say low possibility, but still not impossible. I can't pronounce this 6 on ELA4. It's a new European launcher. I mean, look, Lego Ideas love space stuff. They have seem like a partnership with NASA, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about like space projects and things like that. I feel like it's been a while since we've gotten one for them to release this. Might be, you know, might have a slot there, but not too, you know, knowledgeable on that type of stuff. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh my gosh. I mean, I still think the last one has a slightly more possibility, but these are just great buildable figures of the turtles. Look at this. The detailing is just like crazy. Love the shaping there. These came out great. So yeah, I'd say like a medium possibility, honestly. I mean, both Ninja Turtle stuff we've seen so far are definitely likely. These came out so good. Oh my gosh. I want both. ATEEZ. ATEEZ is a band. Yeah. Yeah, K-pop group. Looks great. You know, BTS project failed. I don't think they're going to do this. I mean, yeah, these are cuter than Brickheads. They're like Brickheads, but cuter. But yeah, I just don't think they'll do it because, again, same music problems as before. Perspective play. Oh my gosh. My eye is just loving this one. This is great. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's just like, it's just all a blur. I've been recording this for hours. It's just all blur. No, this is awesome to have like a Lego optical illusion set. I want this. I was obsessed with optical illusions. I feel like this, honestly, like, you could just call this like the Lego Ideas optical illusion. and just put this out as a set. It wouldn't be super expensive, and this could sell. Like, this would actually sell. It's literally an eye catcher. It's literally an eye catcher. They're going. I mean, I was going to say they're going to have to make the box really like, because it's going to look very basic on the. But you just look at it, and your eye starts, getting all weird. But it's going to be on black, so I guess it's white, blue, on black. Yeah, it would pop out. Oh, fudge! I want this so bad. I love this, and I feel like it has a medium possibility. It's just literally an eye catcher. And it's something they could sell for cheap. It would be very easy to produce. No prints or anything there. Great Minds in Science. Okay, well, we got that science set recently. The STEM set. And I feel like that's going to hold this back, honestly. But looks really cool. But I feel like it's just too much of what the STEM set was going for that this doesn't really have much of a possibility. Very low to actually kind of impossible at the moment. Garfield. I feel like this could totally work. I mean, first off, great Garfield build. Look at Garf there. Like the roundness, the cartoon style that's captured here, and we're getting cartoon characters that are brick built like this from ideas, even with the Monster Grommet set they announced recently. This totally could be made. Extremely recognizable character. I love the just personality with the pizza slice there as well. I'd say this is medium to high possibility. I think this is, because Garfield is still relevant. Not only is there the movie that came out, there's a sequel to the movie coming out, and like Garfield's just straight up an internet meme. Yeah, honestly, just high possibility. Jumanji board game. So there you go, another Jumanji that is the board game that opens up. I do think the other one that's a board game that opens up is just a better build. No offense to this builder, still looks cool, but yeah, I feel like the other one's more possible, and I think Jumanji is a very possible property to get from LEGO Ideas. The Kingdom of Sliding. The Penguin Zoo. This is cute. I don't think this is based off of anything specific, but yeah, penguins are adorable. And it's like a penguin zoo exhibit. You even have like popcorn at the side and everything. Yeah, I think this is really cute. It would have to have a different name though. It would probably. Oh, look, there's even like a little. That's cool. There's like a little convenience store. It would probably be called like LEGO Ideas Penguin Zoo or something. Penguin Zoo exhibit. But I think this is like. It's something you could honestly sell, like Penguin Zoo exhibit, like low, medium to high, low in its possibility. That's what I would give it. Totoro. Another good buildable Totoro. Same holdups as before. Not my favorite of the buildable Totoros. The one that I said, I think the last one was my favorite still. Violin. They do musical instruments once in a while from LEGO Ideas. They had like guitar or whatever. Or, yeah, it was a guitar, not a bass, right? But I do think it's a little bit harder to have a violin because, they're not using strings there. And, like, there's almost, like, I don't know. I mean, the guitar didn't have, like, actual strings that played. So I don't know. I would say, like, a medium-low possibility. Not medium to low, just, like, not a high-low, not a low-low, but a medium-low possibility is where I would put it. Vintage rotary telephone. This looks great. Very nostalgic, this white design specifically, but I do feel like it's too similar to the Creator set and not as distinct enough as the other rotary telephone we saw in the same submission. Clippy. I mean, look, Clippy has resurged with Zoomers, with the whole we gotta boycott YouTube's decision to like age verify with AI or whatever. Clippy, I grew up with, Microsoft Office back in the day. Really funny to see a build here. It's a meme set, kind of. I don't think this has much of a possibility, but it's funny to see a Lego Clippy. Oh, Avatar The Last Airbender. Please, gosh dang it. We need a Lego Avatar The Last Airbender set that isn't like the archaic 2006 sets, which I do love, but like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I want. Buildable Appa would be peak. I don't know why. We've got this denied a billion times. I feel like they're going to deny it again, but I would love this. I mean, there's a new Avatar show coming out. There's a new Avatar movie coming out. Like, just to prove this, dang it. Ugh. Oh, I'm noticing this specifically is listed as a Netflix thing. So, yeah, I want stuff based off the animated series, but if the only way is if we get the Netflix version, sure, whatever. I'll go for it. For Avatar, by the way, I would say, yeah, it's like a low possibility just because they keep denying it. I don't know why. But, I mean, a high-low possibility because there's movies and shows coming out for this franchise and season 2 of the Netflix show. Percy Jackson Olympians. Same holdups as before. I mean, it looks great. I like that aqua coloring they have for that building. But yeah, I just think this property just isn't there in terms of recognizability and everything. It's kind of past its, I mean, you know, we still got the Disney Plus show, but like, is it really that popular? Medieval Tavern or Inn. Same thing I'd say with the, Bear Night Inn. Same kind of problems there. Probably low possibility, but pretty cool. But just, I don't think they would make it. Probably something more fit for the Bricklink design program. Louis Vuitton. Okay. We're getting a Louis Vuitton train case from the 80s. Cool idea, but you probably get more of a chance with a Louis Vuitton purse, you know? I feel like that's more of a distinct and recognizable thing than these train case. Looks cool, though. Like I said, looks cool. So low possibility to maybe even, like, very low possibility. Elf the movie, North Pole. Yeah, I mean, very recognizable Christmas movie. I don't know if this build for North Pole is as distinct, though. I mean, the most distinct thing here for me would be the little, what is it, like narwhal or whatever in the middle. I like the minifigures would be top sellers, but giving this as like $100 to like $200 set, I think that's just a bit too much for a build that's not super recognizable. The movie itself is very recognizable, don't get me wrong, but they're best off making a very small project that has, you know, recognizable Buddy the Elf and everything. So yeah, low possibility. The Maneki Neko. I am so sorry I butchered that. Yeah, this is it like the Lucky Cat or something like that? We have seen stuff like this before, but yeah, but it was not the Japanese version, so I don't know. I would say probably like high low to low medium possibility, but that's kind of me. That's way more speculative than some of these other decisions, you know. I think there is a market for this. It's just like, I don't know. I actually, maybe I'll just say I don't know on this one. Forget what I said before. The Amazing Digital Circus? No, just the circus. Yeah, circuses aren't a thing we see too much anymore. We got a circus set recently with the Buggy the Clown set. I mean, if you want to count that from One Piece. Cool shaping, cool build and everything, but I don't know if this will be something they make, honestly. I mean, like the Lego Ideas Circus. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is another. Can I say another I don't know back to back? Can I say that? Can I say that? All right, thank you. Balloon Dog. Oh, this is adorable. Lego Ideas Balloon Dog. I feel like this is kind of a low possibility because like most of the appeal from the Balloon Dog is that it's made out of balloons, you know. So you're making out of like solid bricks, maybe like translucent bricks, and that's gonna make a lot of the magic away. So it's just going to kind of be a sculpture. Yeah, I don't think this one has much of a possibility. The Martian. I mean, shout out to The Martian, starring Matt Damon. This one I'm looking if this is like based off the movie or the novel, and apparently it's based off of both. Well, I feel like it has more of a chance based off the movie. I feel like the builds here, while Lego Ideas loves NASA, I don't know if this will be an easy sell because yeah, the movie is, you know, it's kind of relevant. I think like even an Interstellar is just more popular at this point. Hasn't really stood the test of time, this movie, that much. I mean, it was still popular, but yeah. So I'd say pretty low possibility. Shrek Swamp, you know, Asher Flash had a great one of this as his Ideas project that didn't get approved. They're probably not going to approve this one either if they didn't approve Ash's. The new movie is coming out soon, but I don't know, maybe not even soon. It's probably, I think it's like 2 years from now. That I think we'll probably just get a Icons Shrek Swamp set and not an Ideas one at this point if they denied all of these. And so yeah, I don't think this one's like gonna be approved just because they've denied other ones. But this is still a really awesome build. And I love a Lego Shrek thing, and I feel like we will get a Shrek thing around. Look at that, around Shrek 5. But as it stands, I don't think this is going to be what leads to Lego Shrek. You know. Anatomy of a Brain. Oh my gosh, this is bringing me back to high school. This is really cool. But yeah, I don't know if this is something a lot of people want to buy and display. Not to be mean. Very cool build, but it seems like a bit of a niche product for something that we all have, you know? Like, oh yeah, it's the Lego Ideas Anatomy of a Brain. So yeah, I put this at a low possibility. I just don't think it's something the general public is going to want to buy. Pusheen. Aw, I love Pusheen. Pusheen's adorable. This is adorable Pusheen interpretation. Yeah, it would be very low cost. I feel like this has like, oddly enough, I feel like this has a medium possibility because I feel like the general population knows Pusheen enough. They're like, oh, it's the cat from our Facebook stickers or something like that. And yeah, it would be such a low risk for Lego. Like they have to print one piece that they probably wouldn't care as much to make this. Like, okay, yeah, let's make it. Screw it. We get some people here. But then again, there's always that thing I keep saying with smaller sets where it's like they don't really make small idea sets that aren't giveaway promos, which makes me sad. So I don't know. I would say a low medium possibility. Godzilla -1. Oh, this is so awesome, but they just recently approved Godzilla, so this will not be made. Even though it wasn't based off Godzilla -1, they're not going to make 2 Godzilla sets back to back. Gorillaz Plastic Beach. I mean, this is awesome. Love the build tier. Same thing I'd say with the other Gorillaz set, where it's like, okay, we got them in Fortnite, but I don't even think, you know, they're doing much musician stuff after BTS and everything, after video. No, I shouldn't even mention video. But there's that whole hold up. And then, like, out of all the bands, I don't think they would do Gorillaz, even though I love them, because they're just not the most mainstream thing out there in terms of mainstream things. Because, yeah, they have some stuff that's mainstream. So, yeah, low to impossibility. CRT TV looks cool, but yeah, it reminds me a lot of the NES CRT TV, and this one doesn't really have an interesting function to it or anything. Like, at least like the Forrest Gump one is like, okay, it's a scene inside there. So yeah, I think this has a low to an impossibility. Working volcano. Okay, I like what's going on. And this, okay, all right, then let him cook. This is pretty awesome. I love the little Lego, it was Ninjago, what was it called? Island or something? It was some island pun or something like that. But it wasn't like Ninjago Shipwrecked, right? I don't remember. But yeah, okay, this is the Lego Ideas Volcano. That's something you could sell on store shelves. Lego Ideas Volcano. Okay, it's not just a volcano. No, this is a working volcano. You can see how these parts move and this part just rumbles there. I'm trying to see how this works though. Wait, how does this work? That's what I'm wondering. Like, is there a crank or something? Oh, heck yes. This is what we freaking need. Videos. Thank you. Please do videos. Okay, where's the button that works? Is it just, it might be a power function. Using a special Technic mechanism. Okay. I don't know where the Technic mechanism is at, but I love this. And I think this is very sellable. This is awesome. Let's see, are they going to show where the Technic? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, look at that. Oh, heck yes. Okay, yeah. This is honestly one of the highest possibilities that we've seen here. I think this is something they could totally sell. It's something that's easy to market, something the general public would like. Like, this is what they're looking for in Lego Ideas. Like, this is awesome. Very high possibility. Blockbuster. Oh my god, I would freaking kill for this. I love this. I mean, I have a soft spot for Blockbuster. I was going to make a Lego Blockbuster, but I guess I don't have to. No, I said that like years ago. I love the little Blockbuster cards up there. Or not even, they're Blockbuster VHSs that are just thrown on the roof there. Okay, in terms of stores, Lego doesn't do like stores as Lego sets. I mean, like, you could think of the fringe examples, McDonald's back in the day. You could think of the Toys R Us back in the day. But like, there's been billions of ideas, submissions for stores that reach 10K that they don't approve. However, Blockbuster is kind of a special case because it doesn't exist anymore. I think there's like one in the US. So I feel like they'll have less of that commercial, like, less of not commercial, but less of like that consumerism, like, idea of it being straight up an ad to just being like, oh, this is just like a relic to, like, you know, American pop culture, that I feel like that has the appeal. And yeah, a little bit less international appeal. So that might be holding it back a bit. I would say this is like a low medium possibility. I don't think it's totally impossible, and I love this idea right here. This is fantastic. I would hope for this to be made. Don't think it's the most likely thing out there, but I don't think it's even in the low possibilities. Like, there's a chance. You know, as they say, you're telling me there's a chance. Now I think of that stupid Rico ad more than I think of, where was that from? Like Dumb and Dumber. I clicked on this, and I didn't even read what it was. Tata Red Barn Winter Tree Shop, owned by the Williams family. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to see if this is like, if this is a specific, like, actual, like, is this like a lore thing or is this like a real thing? I'm not entirely sure. If it's a real thing, probably not. If this is like a lore thing, still probably not. Like, it's a cool build, but I feel like this is a very hard sell. Okay, it's a Lego Ideas Red Barn Winter Tree Shop. Like, that's very specific. It's Lego Ideas Winter Tree Shop, you know. If anything, you would get this as a Lego Winter Village set. See, I don't think this basically has an impossibility to it, unfortunately. Cool build, though. Really like how it came out. Modular Medieval Market Village. Again, they don't really do modulars in here. Looks great, though. They released a, you know, Medieval Village recently. That was just an icon set. All of that's really making this basically near impossibility, but looks beautiful. Don't get me wrong. 1800s railroading, bridges and engines. Now, I have heard that the, you know, what is it? The Orient Express was not a huge hit. And I feel like that's going to prevent this from being made. So there's that. But, you know, it is a really distinct looking train. And I like the scene here. So, yeah, I would say low possibility, unfortunately. Beautiful build, though. Luke's Diner Modular, Gilmore Girls. Again, they don't really do modulars. Way too big a build for Gilmore Girls. Other one had more of a possibility. That being said, it looks great. But, yeah, low to impossibility for this one. Jumping Spiders. Lego Ideas Spiders. I don't know if this could work. I don't know if this would be something super marketable. It's not like the least marketable thing out there. I think it's more marketable than, say, a Gilmore Girls set. But, yeah, I don't know. I'd say low possibility. And our last project, holy crud, we went through all of those. I can't believe it, is a beehive. You can see this has function where it opens up with a clamshell design and there's spinning bees at the top. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Lego Ideas beehive, that's something you could sell, just saying that. I'd say medium possibility. Oh, I love the honey right there, though. That looks great. Now I want to just eat honey straight from a jar. So yeah, medium possibility. Oh my gosh. Oof, that was so many projects. Oh my gosh. But it's fun doing these, but 146 projects. Next review period, chill out, y'all. No, but seriously, there's a lot that can easily be made. I feel like the ones that stick out in my mind, and there's probably one or two more that I've said that are like, oh yeah, this could definitely be made. The Ninja Turtle stuff, especially that pizza box one, and then the volcano. I feel like those two are my biggest bets out of all these. But with 146 projects, Lego better pick like a good like 15 of these. Like, give us a full wave of idea set. You know, it'd be like the June 1st ideas wave, you know? But knowing them, they're going to pick 3 of them. And they're going to be the most niche stuff that none of us guessed and few of us wanted. But, I mean, look, it's Lego Ideas. So many things that appeal to different demographics. It's hard to pick one that would satisfy everybody. So let me know in the comments below, which is your favorite out of all of these? I mean, yeah, I have plenty of favorites. I want the SpongeBob stuff, really. And, yeah, I would love Totoro, you know? But they ain't going to do that. The Ninja Turtles one is literally one of my favorites. This one right here. Even though I don't even care about Ninja Turtles that much. But it's also one that I could see being made. So this is what I want to be made, you know? If I had to pick one dream one, it would honestly be Blockbuster, though. I'll see you later. Peace out. Seriously, you subscribing, commenting, and liking means so much. If you subscribe, you'll be up to date with Lego news and honest Lego content. I do not lie to you. That's how you can see all these stupid takes in this video. Peace out. Bye.